Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Thanks so much for being here. Hope that you're doing okay today, wherever you are. I know things are getting a little bit crazy in the world and at the moment, and it's just important that you feel like you're part of a tribe, a group of people who are with you and supporting you and on the journey with you. And thanks so much for all the energy that you put into this community. We would not be here without you, so thank you. I'm having my morning cup of tea today. It's one of my happiness teas. I love this little box of tea. It's got a message on the back for each one, and it says something like, let the morning, the freshness of the morning air fall on your face. This is in German, it's interpreting, and it says something like, be mindful throughout the day. And I love that advice, be mindful. And it's not just about meditating, it's about appreciating every single little thing that we do and loving who we are, loving where we are, and loving, what we have. I know that that's really challenging, and I've just started another group called Learn to Simplify, which is a site for people who are trying to downsize, and so many wonderful conversations are taking place there. We have a website now. It's a sister site to 60andMe, and it's called learntosimplify.com, and it's just a place where we talk about the mistakes we've made in gathering so much stuff and now having to find homes for it. But anyway, the point is that we are trying our best to love what we have and be where we are. And there's a topic I want to talk to you about today that I don't want you to get depressed about it, because I know many of you are in the middle of trying to fix this. So I speak from my own heart. I speak from my own experience, because I have done all the things I'm going to talk about in a minute, and I've made the mistakes that I consider were avoidable, but I did it. I made the mistakes. I'm back on my feet now, and I'm doing okay. But at the time, it was just so traumatic, so difficult, and it's a difficult conversation for me as well. I've made all the financial mistakes that I'm going to talk about below, and I guess there's actually one thing before I start is that it starts with this. It starts with, first of all, an idea of forgiveness. And this card, which says, forgive yourself. And this is from our deck of inspirational cards. It's Aging Beautifully. And I hope that you know about these cards. They're a really precious thing that we put together for our community. But this one, forgive yourself for everything. And particularly forgive yourself for the financial mistakes that you might have made. And that where you are right now is where you are. You may not be in the house you want to be in. You may not be in the place you want to be. You may not have the things, the freedom to buy things, the travel opportunities. But, you have to own it. And there you are. And I had to do the same thing with my life. The first thing is going on a post-kids spending spree. And this is where you just feel like, oh, I've done all this stuff for the children all my life. Here's, it's time for me. It's time for me to do my thing. And it may be as extreme as, taking a world cruise or buying a car or, just splurging on something. And this is traditionally the stereotype about guys, having their midlife crisis. But honestly, it's really more than that. It's just that whole decision of doing things that you can't afford, but it's like, I deserve it. Now, that's okay. You can make investments, for example, but, you say things like, well, it's our time. I'm going to take advantage of it now. But believe me, there's one basic fallacy with that mistake, or with that decision to splurge. And that is, we think that life is short, in the sense that we've lived 50, 60 years, and now, it's going to be like, well, take advantage of things while I'm healthy and well, and just spend and enjoy. But it isn't true. If you're healthy and educated and you've taken care of yourself, you're going to live a while. You've got 20, 30 years ahead of you here. And that is amazing to be. If you think about being happy and having fun in your 50s and 60s, and then being very poor and struggling in your 70s and 80s, that isn't a situation that you want. So pace yourself. And this is, I think, the important message when you think about doing that kind of splurge. Now, I actually did buy a house. That was kind of my splurge, and it was post-divorce and all those things. But I lost it all in the crash in 2008. I lost everything. I lost all my savings. I lost the house, just like many of you. It's not a sob story. And of course, I could say, well, that wasn't my fault. Well, of course, it was my fault. I overspent. And that's the reality. Another thing is to think that you have, enough money coming in from your retirement savings. So this is another mistake that you make, thinking that, you don't need to keep developing your skills. You don't need to stay up to date and come up with ideas for making innovative changes in your life. Now, I didn't do this as much as I probably could have, and so I'm lucky that I stayed connected with technology, and I was able to build a business, with my son and his wife, and 60andMe was born. And I did have the technology and the community building experience that did save me the time. But it was really a decision to keep my LinkedIn page going, to stay in touch with people who were still working, and save your skills, not just your money, and not give up on learning and becoming a lifelong learner. That's the second thing that a lot of people do. And you can do so much. We have written several articles on this topic, being a consultant in an area that you have worked in all your life, freelancing for, to do language skills. If you know how to teach a language, you can do that online now. You can do renting your property out. We've written lots of articles about this on 60andMe, including another new site, which is retiredifferent.com. And that's a really great place to go for some super good advice and suggestions on how to save money in retirement. Now, it's the thing about saving your skills as well as your money is that it kind of has a nebulous value. Like, you don't see the value of it right now, but believe me, when in that transition to retirement, you don't know where you're going to end up. So stay in touch with your network, keep honing your skills, learn new things, just take an interest and learn new things. I think that's really, really important. Another thing that, and this links back to the learn to simplify, is we start downsizing too late. We start thinking about getting rid of things and simplifying our lives in our 60s and 70s, when we really should be thinking about them as soon as the children have left home. Think about it. Are you going to downsize from a 3-bedroom, 5-bedroom house to a apartment with 1 bedroom or 2? Is that the lifestyle that you want in retirement? You may not even think that's the lifestyle you want, but think about it. Could you manage by selling your $300,000 house, buying a $200,000 apartment, and keeping that $100,000 as an income for you over your retirement? Now, you need to do other things, of course. That's not going to help you too much in the long term. It's like $500 a month approximately, in 150,000. But still, it's an income that really will make a difference if you're only bringing in a pension or some smaller amount. That calculation, by the way, is if you take that the $100,000 in cash and invest it for 10 or 15 years, that's where this $100,000 comes in. The $250,000 comes in. You can make more by just investing the difference. So that's one thing, is to downsize earlier. And of course, there's other things that you can sell when you're retiring and downsizing. Maybe you don't need 2 cars anymore. Maybe you've got, stereo equipment or some kind of equipment that, you don't need any more, that your kids have gone, or you're just changing your life, changing your lifestyle. So start downsizing soon, and take the money that you make from that saving, invest it, and earn. Another thing in terms of investing is we assume that it's too late to invest when we're 50. Well, what's the point? I'll just buy some bonds, something safe, and you just think you don't need to do anything more than that. Just do the basics. But you feel like you've missed the boat on investing. But it's not true. You really can make a practice of saving, say, $500 a month, putting it into an investment account. And again, over 15 years, you're going to have $6,000 to invest, to work with. This is a big amount of money. And if you don't do it in a conscious way, saving $500 a month, putting aside, investing it, then, you won't benefit from taking that one extra step. So it's not too late to invest. You may want to change the mix of your investments. And actually, there's a great article on Retire Different about this. You might want to check on different ways to invest in retirement. But it's important that you don't think that that time is short, that it's too late, that you've missed the boat, that it's not worth even trying, because it is worth. You're going to live for a while if you take care of yourself, and you want to have a steady Income. Savings are great, but you've got to start thinking about income too. And that's the next thing I did do this with 60andMe, but I didn't do it soon enough. And that is to start a business that is going to keep you motivated to earn and to keep going, and so increase the income that you have in every month, not just the money you've been fortunate enough to save. I didn't save any money. That was my big thing. I had saved no money for retirement. And I know a lot of women are in that situation too. So anyway, those are 4 kind of mistakes that I made with my finances. It sounds like from your feedback, a lot of you have are in the same situation. So maybe start, at the beginning there with downsizing, with saving your skills, with continuing to invest. Just to basically look at the long-term plan. You're going to be here for a while. Invest in yourself. So, pick up these cards if you want to get some inspiration on this, because a lot of the topics in here are about creating a life of abundance without making those kinds of little sidestep mistakes that cause challenges later on. So, thank you for being here. What are you doing to make sure that you're going to be okay in retirement? Share with us some of the things that you're doing personally, so if someone's about to make that financial mistake that we were talking about, you can give them some advice on how you did something different and made a difference in your life. Okay, everyone, well, take good care. Have a wonderful day today, and leave your comments below on that. What are you doing to make sure that you've got financial security in retirement? Let's share. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Take very good care. We'll talk again soon. Bye-bye for now.